Welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us, and happy Thanksgiving to you, man. To you, your family, your friends, wherever you are, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're getting some good food, and I hope you get a chance to watch a little bit of football, even if it's not this game. Watch a little bit, man. Come on. All right, man. Welcome. And we got a great Thanksgiving game to start out this day, man. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers going up against the Detroit Lions. These two teams have faced off already this season. That was back in week 1, where the Packers arguably looked like the best team of week 1, man. They absolutely dominated Detroit from beginning to end, offensively, able to put up 27 points. Packers are undefeated when they score 27 points. And then to cap it off, it was the first game with Micah Parsons in a Green Bay jersey. And of course, he ended it in incredible fashion, literally just bursting out of the backfield to chase down Jared Goff for his first career sack as a Green Bay Packer. And that basically iced the game for the Packers, and they started out 1-0 to start the year. So, but a lot has happened since then. The Packers have kind of had an up and down season, mostly up, thankfully. They are in the playoff picture, currently the 6th seed in the NFL. And while Detroit has looked great at times, they have also been struggling defensively with injuries, and they have had some games where they have been absolutely just not been the most physical team. Kansas City comes to mind. In the last couple of weeks, they've been a little bit up and down. But we're going to see what they look like here on Thanksgiving. They play every single Thanksgiving. And usually, especially recently, they've been coming out on top. So welcome. David, what's going on, brother? I recorded a completed pass to a receiver and an INT on defense, but my kickoff to start the game wasn't impressive. Happy Thanksgiving. David, happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend. Welcome. And if you're just joining us, if you're new to the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. Welcome. We do as many as 5 games per week, man. And tonight, we got 3 games, 1 tomorrow and 1 on Monday. All right, Packers starting out with the ball here, and it's going to be great coverage by Detroit, man. We got a couple flags on the opening kickoff. We'll see how it is. Oh, it's Ron Tolbert. No. I'm not a fan of Ron Tolbert and his crew, but it's Thanksgiving, so I will let it go. It's on the Packers, so unfortunately already not an incredible return. It's going to get even worse, so they'll probably be inside their own 15, if not maybe inside their own 10. All right. We got first and 10, ball at the 17-yard line. Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. It's going to be a toss to the right. Jacobs, who is back healthy after missing last week. And he is going to pick up about 4 yards down near the 21. Jordan, quick snap, throws it over the middle, and he hits Christian Watson over the middle for a big gain down to the 39. And at this point, man, it's becoming almost a Thanksgiving tradition for Jordan Love to take a shot over the middle, deep down the field to Christian Watson. He did it 2 years ago when the Packers they needed a massive victory back in 2023. And on the first play, a little play action, hit Christian Watson deep down the field. And he does it here on only the second play of the game. Jordan in the shotgun, hands it off to Jacobs. He's got some room, and he will get it down near the 41. So a pickup of about 3. All right, a little bit of orbit motion. He gets it out to Wicks on the right side. He's got some room, and he will pick up 5.5 yards out of the 6. So we got third and very short coming up for the Packers here. 12:45 left to go in the first. Clock is running. All right, Jordan under center, hands it off to Jacobs. He's got some room. He breaks to the 50, to the 45, stays on his feet, gets it down to the 40 of Detroit, and that's a heck of a run by the Alabama running back. Let's see this offensive line, man. Great double team there, stacking him up on the left side, allowing Jacobs to cut it to the right. Withstood a tackle. Great job by Musgrave a little bit down the field there. Musgrave over the last couple weeks, ever since he's taken over from Tucker Kraft, he has been a little bit scrutinized in his run blocking. But he did a decent job there. All right, Jordan under center, 1st and 10. Jacobs able to break a tackle in the backfield with a nice spin move, and he picks up about a yard. So it's not going to look great on the stat sheet, but that probably should have been a loss of about 2. Instead, it's a gain of 1. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, throws to the left. He's got Romeo Doubs, and that's going to be very close to a 1st down. All right, man. Jordan, he's looking dialed in right now, man. He's throwing on time, in rhythm. Footwork looks good. And that was a tough throw, man. Getting it to the sidelines. And they're saying it's going to be 3rd and 1. I think it's going to be about another half yard. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's literally the length of the football. Ball at the 30. Handoff to Wilson, and he picks up the 1st down. Gain of about 2.5 there, down to the 28. And Emmanuel Wilson, who started his first game last week, and he had a heck of a game, going over 100 yards for the first time in his NFL career. Got in the end zone twice. And he was efficient, man. I think he averaged a little over 4.5 yards per carry. I would have to double check. But regardless, man, he really, I think he gives the Packers, he's given the Packers a lot of confidence in coming into this game, that they might have a decent 1-2 punch with him. All right. 1st and 10, play action. Jordan looking deep down the field, not finding anything. He's going to take off and run. He delivers a throw, but, man, he missed a wide open receiver down the right sideline. I think if Jordan just slows down just a little bit, takes a small little beat, and delivers a catchable ball, that one, unfortunately, way too low. And the worst thing, I think Jordan had a little bit of time. I feel like he rushed that throw just a little bit. I know there's a guy barreling down on him, but you got to deliver on that one. Yep, look at that. Jordan smacking his hand saying, damn it, man, I missed one. If he hits him in stride, man, I believe that was Malik Keith. If he hits him in stride, that is a touchdown. 2nd and 10, Jordan in the shotgun, takes the snap, throws it over the middle, and incomplete, trying to get it to Christian Watson. But the safety was coming down the field, and I think Jordan, that was him just kind of throwing it away. Didn't want Christian to get blown up on that one. All right, this is the first time the Packers have been in 3rd and unfavorable, 3rd and 10. Ball just around the 27-yard line. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. Pressure, throwing it away, and fourth down coming up, and the Packers are going to have to settle for a field goal, man. They were looking good on this drive. And that is the one thing with Green Bay, man. Once they kind of slightly get off of rhythm, out of rhythm there, when first or second down play doesn't really go to plan, they tend to, I don't know if it's they tend to overthink it, but then they just they just can't really pick up where they left off, man. After one bad play, they kind of, it gets very derailed very quickly. It's one thing they got to improve on. McManus's kick is good, baby. Packers on the board first on Thanksgiving. We got 9-12 here in the first quarter. And holy cow, man, we got 3 people watching. Let's freaking go, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. If you're just joining us, we do as many as 5 games per week, and we're actually doing another 5 even during the holidays. We're doing 3 today, 1 tomorrow for Black Friday, and then we're going to finish off week 13 with a Monday night matchup, man. So be prepared for those. Thank you so much for joining us, man. I hope your Thanksgiving is going well. All right. So while we're on a commercial break here, let's look at a few stats coming into this game for both of these teams. I like to kind of do this sometime in the first half, just to kind of give you an idea of what these teams have been, basically what these teams have been kind of going throughout the last couple games throughout the season, and kind of where they rank. So it kind of gives you a better idea of maybe certain things to look out for throughout the game. So we're going to look defensively first. So starting on this side with Green Bay here at the very top. So currently they are ranked 5th against the pass, only giving up 182 through the air. On the ground, actually still giving up less than 100 yards. That's actually been going up the last couple of weeks. So that running game has been, couple 100-yard rushers. Hopefully that is not the case today, but still currently ranked 6th in the NFL. And in terms of turnovers, they have struggled. That has been probably the one thing consistently that this team has not been able to do, unlike in years past, and that is causing turnovers. They have 11 coming into this game, and weirdly enough, they had 3 turnovers last week, so that was the first time that they had, I think, more than 1 in a single game. So able to pick up a couple interceptions and a fumble last week, so that number has gone up a little bit, but still 23rd, still in the bottom of the NFL. In terms of touchdowns given up, only 21 throughout the entire NFL. That is good for 3rd in the NFL, so one of the best defenses at keeping teams out of the end zone. And then finally, pressure. This statistic accounts for sacks, pressures on the hurries, and hits on the quarterback. So that's kind of a stat that kind of brings all those things together. And right now the Packers are putting pressure on the quarterback on 23% of opposing quarterback dropbacks this season. Good for 11th in the NFL. And the kick is going to go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So quickly on this side, Detroit's defense has not been as great as in the last couple seasons. They're currently ranked 15th in the NFL, giving up over 210 through the air, giving up a little bit over 100 yards on the ground. Good for 11th. Only 13 turnovers for this team. Good to be in the top half there of the NFL. Have given up 29 touchdowns this season. They are smack dab in the middle. And then finally, they're putting pressure on the opposing quarterbacks on 25% of their dropbacks. So something to look out for here throughout this game. Both these teams have been able to get to the quarterback. They're still under 30 sacks throughout the season, but they've been able to put some pressure on the quarterback. Jared Goff with a handoff, luckily able to get it to Jahmyr Gibbs because Goff ended up tripping on that handoff. That's a gain of 2 for Detroit. And Jahmyr Gibbs, man, coming off arguably one of his best games as an NFL pro, man. He absolutely destroyed the Giants defense last week. We'll see if he'll continue here. Goff, play action, throws it over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to the speedy Jameson Williams, or as we like to call him on the channel, double shot whiskey. And there's a Motor City Dan there on the sidelines. Ever since he's been the head coach for Detroit, man, it has been just a lot of positives. Goff pressured and nearly sacked, incomplete, and the Packers defense forcing a quick 3 and out here in Detroit, man. Heck of a blitz. That was Xavier McKinney and Trent McDuffie able to lay a hit on Jared Goff, and McKinney nearly forcing a fumble on that one. And Fox able to punt this one away. And it'll be fair caught by Romeo just inside the 20 down, I think near the 17. So that is a fun little stat here. When I was doing some research, the Packers are actually, I think they are second to last when it comes to blitzing the quarterback. They are a team that rarely ever sends a blitz. I think they're blitzing on, I think somewhere around 10 to 11% on opposing quarterback dropback. So very little. I think there's only one other team in the NFL that has fewer blitzes, and yet their pressures, we saw, they are 11th in the NFL when it comes to getting putting some pressure on the quarterback. So right there, that is a Jeff Hafley kind of changing up a little bit of his tendencies there. I guarantee you that the Lions were not expecting Hafley to send a blitz on 3rd and 8. And that's kind of why you had basically McKinney, who was blitzing off that right side. Nobody blocked him. And then on top of that, Trent McDuffie right up the middle, man. In between the guard, the right guard and the center, was also able to get loose and get back there to lay a hit on Jared Goff. So right there, man, that is a tendency breaker for the Packers. All right. And let me bring up the offensive stats here for this game. Dahlia, happy Thanksgiving and game day. Happy Thanksgiving to you, madam. How's your Thanksgiving going, Dahlia? Oh, actually, I'm not gonna lie, man. The commercial breaks have been kind of short through the first couple minutes of this game. I like it. All right. Actually, we still have to finish up talking about Detroit's. Actually, no, sorry, the offensive stats here. So we'll do those on the next commercial break. Trust me, we got plenty of time. All right. First and 10, ball at the 17. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. And it's going to be an end around there to, I believe, Bo Melton. And he will pick up about a yard. Chris Brooks, the backup running back, as a lead blocker there. So it should be about 2nd and 9 coming up here. Yeah, these are going to be, these teams know each other very, very well, man. They have been playing, obviously, twice a year for, I feel like, the last century, basically. But even then, over the last couple seasons, man, these two have been able to put on a show the last couple times. Jordan able to get the snap off just as it was expiring and tries to throw it to Wicks. Double coverage, incomplete. 3rd and 9 coming up. Robertson with a heck of a play there. But Dahlia, I'm late due to my mom not getting off the phone with me. Hey, you gotta spend some time with the family. That's all good. It's going all right. Have to leave in a few to go to my in-laws. All good. Eat plenty of food. Eat plenty of food, man. It's the day to do it. We have a built-in excuse to get a little chunky today. All right, we got 3rd and 9, ball at the 18. So another 3rd and long for the Packers here. Jordan dropping back, has a little bit of time. Dumps it underneath to Chris Brooks, and he goes down after a gain of about 3 down to the 21. So it looks like Green Bay is going to have to punt this one away. A quick 3 and out. Thankfully, Chris did not fumble that ball, man, because that hit landed squarely right on his, right in the chest there, right where the ball was. So sometimes it's not about the plays that you make; it's just the mistakes that you can avoid, and you're deep in your own territory. All right, Daniel Whalen, one of the best punters in the NFL, able to push the returner inside his own 20s to the 20, 25, breaks a couple tackles, and it's going to be a great return, man, down near the 37. And that's going to be a return of nearly 20 yards on what was a heck of a punt by Daniel Whalen. Yeah, Packers coverage team needs to do a little bit of better job of kind of hemming him inside, and then once you get him, man, you got to bring him down. All right. Ba-ba-bum. All right. So let's talk about these teams offensively now. So starting at the very top here with the Green Bay Packers, they're putting up a little over 230 through the air, good for 14th. On the ground, 117. That number has been going up. They actually did not start out as a great running team. They were in the bottom half for, I would say, the first month, maybe a month and a half of the NFL season, but slowly have been getting better and better. Jacobs still kind of struggling to get to the triple digits on a consistent basis, but he's still getting in the end zone on a consistent week-to-week basis. And on top of that, those numbers, once again, have been going up for Green Bay. So 117 on the ground they're averaging. And then when it comes to turnovers that they have given away, they are the second best team at not turning the ball over offensively. Only 7 turnovers this season. Only 3 interceptions for Jordan Love. And then when it comes to getting into the end zone, could be doing a little bit better. Good. They are 14th in the NFL, 30 total offensive touchdowns. And then finally, on their offensive drives, they are putting up points on 44% of those drives. And this score percentage right here accounts for not just touchdowns, but field goals as well. Basically, anytime the offense is on the field, what percentage of drives are they coming away with points? That is basically what that is. And the Packers are the 9th best team at coming away with points. So, starting at the very top over here with Detroit, they are putting up nearly 240 yards through the air. That is good for 8th in the NFL. And then with Jameer Gibbs, this number has gone up quite a bit over the last month, man. He has basically taken over as the true number one running back. Last year, it was a kind of 1-2 punch. Early in the season, it was still a 1-2 punch between Gibbs and Montgomery. But over the last month, man, Gibbs has really separated himself from David Montgomery. So anyway, Lions third in the NFL with 140 on the ground. They are also another team that does not turn the ball over offensively, only 8 turnovers. They are number one. They are tied for number one in putting up points and touchdowns offensively. And Jameer Gibbs with a nice carry breaks a tackle. He's to the 40, and that's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7 there for Jameer Gibbs. But anyway, 39 offensive touchdowns for Detroit. Once again, that is tied for the NFL lead. And then finally, they are just behind the Green Bay Packers in terms of offensive efficiency, and they are scoring some points on just under 44% of their offensive drives. So Packers are are literally point 0.1 better than Detroit this season at scoring points. We do have a Detroit player down on the ground, so clock is going to be stopped at 6:19, and they head to a commercial break. So it should be second down when we come back. David Stegosaurus, happy Thanksgiving, Dahlia. I'm done with lunch. Let's go, baby. David, how you doing this Thanksgiving, my man? And also, what'd you have for lunch, man? Let me know. Let me know. And also, David, who do you have winning tonight, man? Do you have the Packers, or do you think Detroit's going to be able to even out the series here this year? So yeah, today we got 3 games on the schedule that we're going to be streaming. Obviously, Packers and Lions. After that, we got Chiefs at Dallas. So that is actually going to be a very interesting matchup. And I'm actually that is the one stat line or the stat sheet that I was able to create. That one is surprisingly going to be very interesting to talk about. So, and then finally, we'll finish off today going with the Bengals at Baltimore, man. That's going to be also a great and fun matchup. Two division rivals. Last time these two faced off, it was a wild game. And hopefully Cincinnati and the Ravens there can give us a great finish to a Thanksgiving three-peat here. So not great. Looks like St. Brown got taken out by his own player. Oof. Yeah, it looks like that left leg got rolled on, and that's not going to be good for me because I have St. Brown in my fantasy. Luckily, I don't need a win this week, but I always like to win. All right, 2nd and 3 here. Ball just shy of the 45. Jameer Gibbs running through, and that's going to be a first down for Detroit. Oh, I like these teams, man. They are not stopping, man. They are battling, man. David doing well. Turkey, mashed, regular, and sweet potatoes. Let's go. Green bean casserole, absolutely, and cranberry jello. Ooh, cranberry jello stuff. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look that up, man. That sounds good. That sounds good. That's a good lunch right there, man. All right, 1st and 10, the ball at the 49 of Green Bay. And David Montgomery stacked up right at the line. Kobe Cheese Wooden with a heck of a stop there, but there is a flag on the field. Let's hope it's on. Let's hope it's on Detroit here. And it's going to be a false start on Detroit. And that's going to move them back 5 yards, but it will be 1st and 15 here. Sorry, illegal formation, the official word. All right, we got 1st and 15, ball at the 46. Toss to the left, Montgomery, and he is met in the backfield and dumped for a loss of 1. That is Trent McDuffie and Edgerrin Cooper combining on the stop. That'll be 2nd and 16 coming up for Detroit. All right, Goff pressured, throws, and that's going to be incomplete. Once again, Amon-Ra St. Brown has gone into the locker room. So right now, a double shot of whiskey. Jameson Williams is really the only guy out there right now that is going to be truly an established receiver for Detroit. On top of that, unfortunately, their starting tight end, Sam Laporta, has been put on season-ending IR. He had season-ending surgery a couple days ago. So once again, arguably the top 2 targets in this offense are out so far in this game. And Goff goes down for a sack back at the 40. And who is it other than Micah Parsons with J.J. Enagbari combining on the sack? And the Packers, man, have been putting pressure on Jared Goff on 3rd down throughout this game, and they are looking great, man. Let's freaking go. I picked Packers, Chiefs, Ravens today. I like it. I like it. Though I would change it. I would say Packers, Cowboys. I think that might be an upset. And the Ravens. Those are my picks for today. Romeo, and he's going to be tackled right away, able to hold on to it, thankfully. All right, man. We haven't seen a whole lot of points here in the first. We still have 3:26 left to go. But outside of the opening drive for the Packers, it's been a defensive showcase for both of these teams. David, cheerleader spotted on replay. Let's go. Shout out to the cheerleaders. Happy Thanksgiving to them. Holy cow, man. We got 4 people watching on Thanksgiving. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Hopefully your guys' Thanksgiving is going off without a hitch. Hopefully there's great food, great music, and also great people that you're hanging out with. Also, if you do get a chance to hit up the chat, please let me know what you're eating, man. All right, I always like to hear what people eat on Thanksgiving. It's not always you're always gonna have the usual, maybe a little turkey, some mashed potatoes here and there, but some people they throw some really good curveballs. So I always like to hear what you guys have. Like right now, man, cranberry Jello stuff. All right, all right. David, with some throwing me a kind of. I never thought about that. Yeah, some Jello. I don't know. I don't know why. Oh, we got Jack White in the house. Yeah, one of my favorite albums of all time is Blunderbuss by Jack White. Man, I think it came out like might be like over a decade ago at this point, but great album. Recommend it. Jordan pressured, rolling to his right. He's going to deliver a throw, and it goes in and out of the hands of Christian Watson. It was a tough ball to catch, but man, it would have been incredible. So bad news for Amon Ra and Detroit, as well as my fantasy team, and maybe your fantasy team. Amon Ra is questionable to return to this game. Um, the only thing that could bring him back is the fact that if Detroit's losing, their season might be, I don't want to say on life support, but it's they're not in the playoff picture right now. And Jordan dumps it underneath to Jacobs, and he's going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards there, setting up a 3rd and short for the Packers. Yeah. Right now, Detroit cannot afford to drop 7-5 right now, because then I feel like they would be about 2 games behind the 7th seed at this point. All right, we got 3rd and 2. Jordan in the shotgun, ball at the 31. Jacobs to his left. Hands it off. Jacobs has some room. He's to the 40, 45, 50, 45 and down at Detroit's 40. And that is a big explosive play for Josh Jacobs, man. Let's freaking go. Gotta love it, man. Able to bounce it to the left there. Breaks a tackle at the 39. And then just kept running, man. Jacobs looking fast. Able to hold on to the ball too, man. Yeah, right now, Josh, 5 carries, 50 yards. A good chunk there. 1st and 10, ball at the 40 of Detroit. Jordan in the shotgun. Pitches it out to the right. Wilson with some room, and he gets stacked up by his own guy. He still gained about 5 yards, but could have been a little more there. All right, we got 2nd and 5. Jordan in the shotgun, tight end to his left, running back behind him. And Wilson able to sidestep a tackler and picks up a yard on the play. So 3rd and 4 coming up. And Anzalone there on the tackle, man. He is, I think he's one of the most underrated players in the NFL, man. Like when you see this guy play, man, how versatile he is. He's able to get to the quarterback, able to bring down run rushers in the running game, and then on top of that, his pass coverage, very very underrated aspect of his game. Oh, Jordan has a free play, throws it down the field and in and out of the hands of Romeo Doubs, and I think the Packers might get a first down here on the penalty. I like that Jordan immediately on that free play just throws it down the field, man. Try to see if you can get a big chunk for free. Yeah, the one of the big guys for Detroit over the middle, man, jumping just before the snap. All right, so after the penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 29. Jordan under center. We'll see the Packers might run the ball here. They do with Jacobs breaks a tackle in the backfield, but still going to be taken down for a loss, and that is Anzalone bringing Josh down for a loss of about 1, maybe 2. All right, man. That is the end of the first quarter here in Detroit. They're gonna switch sides, and we're gonna go to a commercial break here for a bit. All right, let's see here. Any other updates? Yeah, that last run by Jacobs that went for 29 yards, that was his longest run of the season. The previous longest run for Jacobs was just 19 yards, man. And even last year, like Jacobs is not really known for breaking off massive chunks. Like he's not like a Jahmyr Gibbs. He's not just going to be able to go off for 60, 70 yards anytime. That's just not really his game. He's kind of a bruiser, a wear you down kind of guy. He's got good speed for sure, but yeah, the fact that that was the first time he had run for over or he had a run that was over 20 yards for the season, man, that's wild. All right, so we're back. We're at the top of the second quarter. Packers with the ball at the 31. They did lose 2 yards on the previous play, so 2nd and 12 coming up. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 2 receivers stacked up on that left side. Handoff up the middle. Jacobs with an explosive run, and he's going to pick up about 10 yards. So 3rd and 2 coming up. And Jacobs kind of slapping his helmet. I think he might have mistimed or kind of went to the right when I think he could have bounced it to the left or a bigger chunk. All right, Jordan alone in the shotgun. Throws it to the right, and it's going to be incomplete. That's a heck of a play by Brian Branch. I don't know. I think Brian got away with a little being a little touchy before looking back, man. I don't know. All right. Packers offense staying out on the field on 4th and 2 instead of taking the field goal here to go up by 6. To be honest with you, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Please just don't let it be a draw play. Jordan in the shotgun, looking, throws it, lofting one deep, and it's caught! Did he stay in bounds, though? Do we got it? Do we got it? Touchdown, Green Bay, baby! Woo! One, let me see here. One. Ooh. And, oh, no. Oh man, it's not gonna stand. Turnover. It's gonna be reviewed. It's gonna be taken back, and it's gonna be a turnover on downs. Depends on that second foot. Let's see here. So the ball is in his hands while that. So the issue is his left foot is in. That's not a question. It's sorry, the right foot is in, but the left foot I think is going to be out. And oh, holy cow, they're letting him kick the extra point. I love it. Let's go. So he had enough of control of the ball there. So basically, so he stepped with his right foot when the ball hit his hands. Even though the ball did move, it was mostly him switching the ball over to that hand. So it was not a loss of control. And then his left foot went down. So that is, there we go. All right. I was a little worried, man. It was a little close. It was a little close, but the risk to go for it on 4th and 2 and then to chuck it down the field by Jordan Love to Dontavian Wicks, it pays off, and the Packers get into the end zone and hit the extra point, man. Let's go. Up 10-0 over Detroit. Ha! I will take it. Absolutely, man. That one, was close, man. That was close. Once again, I think if the Detroit defender, when he hit Wicks, the ball almost went loose, but Wicks never lost control of it. It never just popped up in the air. It was always kind of pinned to his body or his hand. So I think they said that he had enough control throughout the whole thing that it was never loose. So let's freaking go, man. I was like, why are you throwing it that deep? What are you doing? But you know what? That's why Jordan makes he makes the big bucks. he's got the arm talent to make it there. Heck yeah, David. Heck yeah, baby. And then, David, what are you up to right now, my man? Are you eating? Are you watching the game? Or what's going on? Or both? Or both? All right. So Wicks actually on that catch, that left ankle, or sorry, I should say that left foot, when he stepped on that, that was the one that basically that was his second foot down for the touchdown. When he got hit, that thing rolled on him. And I noticed that. Ooh, that did not look good. And they are currently working on that left ankle of his. So hopefully he's okay. The fact that he's just kind of on the bench, just chilling, is a good sign. But and if you've ever rolled your ankle, man, it's the worst. Yeah, the safety was basically coming across it. Woo! All right, we got 1st and 10 for Detroit here. The ball is at the 35. Goff under center, fullback, running back in the backfield. Watching game at the in-laws, leave for bros at 3. Oh, there we go. Heck yeah, man. And I hope the in-laws are doing well, and I hope your brothers are doing well, man. Or your brother, sorry, brother, doing well. Oh, we almost had a little skirmish there, man. I think it's starting to get a little, little chippy here. All right, 2nd and 8, ball at the 36. Goff looking, throws it over the middle, and he's got Jamison double shot Williams, and he is brought down at the 41 of Green Bay, man. One of the most explosive offensive players in the NFL, man. Ooh. Oh, I like that little double post there with the tight end underneath. Yeah, the tight end and Williams were on the right side and both ran a double post. I like that. Williams with the end around, he's got some space, but he's going to lose about 5 yards there before going out of bounds. And Keyshawn Nixon talking some smack. Some of his own guys kind of pushing him away just to make sure he doesn't get penalized for something dumb after making a great play. All right, we got 12:35 here on the clock. Clock is rolling. All right, 2nd and 15. Jahmyr Gibbs with some space. He's going to pick up the first down to the 29. Picks up 16 on 2nd and 15, man. Holy freaking cow, man. Jahmyr Gibbs is a problem. All right, 1st and 10. Goff under center. Ball at the Packers 29. Handoff up the middle, and Gibbs brought down for a gain of just 1 there. Let me see here. David, it's a little testy. Not yet chippy. That's fair. That's the proper term. A little testy. You know, one testy might be hanging lower than the other. Gibbs breaks a couple tackles in the backfield, and he slips trying to break another, and he's going to lose about 4, maybe 3 yards there. Was stacked up. He looked like he was going to lose about 2 yards. Then went backwards, tried to find more space. He did, but Green Bay able to kind of just almost like lay just a net of defenders, man, keeping him corralled, and they were able to bring him down for a couple yards. 3rd and 13 here. Ball at the 32. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's got 3 receivers spread out to the left. Throws to the left, and it's going to be caught by the backup tight end, Kennedy, with a great catch down the left seam, and the Packers giving up a big chunk there on third down. Looks like they were playing two high safeties. Everybody else just kind of underneath. So that is the second time on this drive the Packers have been able to get Detroit on either second and very long or third and very long, and didn't come away with a stop there. So Montgomery with a toss, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards there, but there is a flag. I'll be back later. Enjoy the game. David, thank you, my man. Enjoy your time with the family, man. And it's going to be illegal formation on Detroit, so that is the second penalty of that kind for Detroit. So it's still going to be first and goal, but they're going to be moved back to the 14. All right, Goff under center. Single back in the backfield. He's got 3 passing options on that right side. Handoff to Montgomery, and he's going to get it down to the 6. A gain of 8 yards for the former Chicago Bear. All right, second and goal coming up. Goff under center, single receiver to the right, single back in the backfield. Handoff to the right, and David Montgomery able to get it inside the 5 down to the 3. Third and goal coming up. And if we know anything about Dan Campbell, basically it's going to be 2 plays to get 3 yards and get into the end zone here for Detroit. Yeah, this is a vintage Dan Campbell Detroit Lions drive here. And it looks like Montgomery in the shotgun, Goff spread out to the left as a wide receiver. And up the middle and down into the end zone is David Montgomery. Woo! And Detroit into the end zone for the first time tonight. A little bit of a wildcat there. Yeah, I feel like the Packers were caught a little bit light there over the middle, man. All right. Bates to make this a 3-point game, and he does. All right, man. We got 7:54 left in the second quarter. We'll see if the Packers can kind of re-establish a 10-point lead with this upcoming offensive drive. Steve, what's going on? Come on, Green Bay, win this. Right there with you, Steve. Right now, the Packers they're looking good, man. That was by far their worst defensive performance or for offensive defensive drive. But otherwise, man, they have looked good defensively, and their offense, kind of up and down. Usually, how they've been, but seems like they're moving the ball pretty well. And if they can kind of continue to, if they can kind of get better as the game goes on, I have no doubt they should be able to win. But again, man, Detroit is a heck of a well coached team, and it's a division game, man. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. All right, looks like we're coming back here from the commercial break. Bates about to kick this one away to Green Bay. Once again, 7:54. So the Packers they're gonna need to be able to eat up a good chunk of this clock. Otherwise, there's a decent chance that Detroit might be able to take the lead before the half. They got a little bit of momentum here. Caught inside the 5 to the 20, 25, and Bo Melton able to get it to the 30 there. And Steve, if you're still here, my man, what have you gotten a chance to eat some food? Let me know what you're eating, my man. Let me know. And then who do you have today? Who do you have today winning? Green Bay. I'm assuming you have Green Bay winning, but what about the other two games? Kansas City, the Cowboys, and then Baltimore versus the Bengals. Man, let me know. All right, Jordan under center, play action. Throws it deep to the right. He's got Christian Watson, but it goes right through his hands. All right, Watson, he's been missing a couple catches here in this game. Jordan underthrowing that one a little bit. I think that was a little bit by design maybe, but he needs to really step into that throw, man. He's fading away from it. All right, 2nd and 10. Jordan, quick throw to the outside. He gets it out to Dontavian Wicks, and he picks up about 7 on that one. All right, 3rd and 3. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 2 receivers stacked up on that left side as well. Detroit, a little bit of pressure, gets it out to Watson, and that's a first down. Nice little out route there, picks up about 5 or 6. Whew. That ball it was definitely out and low, but Jordan take a quick snap, gets it underneath to Chris Brooks, and he fights his way for a gain of about 5. Let me see here. 1, 2. All right. Packers snapped that ball quickly because they didn't want to give Detroit a chance to challenge that one. It was close. I think Watson had both feet in bounds, but that was very, very close. Steve, if Dallas wins against Kansas, I don't care about playoffs or our hopes will be rising to the sky by defending the champions of the Super back to back. Baltimore will win against Bengals. All right. Right on, my man. Right on. Jordan fumbles, throws, and it goes right through the hands of Malik Heath. And there's going to be a flag there. Whew. Yep. Jordan not keeping a tight hold on that one. All right, we got 3rd and 5 coming up here. All right, Green Bay is at their own 46 here. They need to get it to the 49 of Detroit for a first down. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. Romeo alone to that right side. Pressure. Throws to the left, and he's got Wicks down to the 36. And holy freaking cow, man. That was an absolute dart. Holy cow, man. That thing that thing was thrown so hard that Wicks basically didn't have a choice of catching that. Either he's catching that with his hands or that's going to be indented into his chest. Damn, dude. That was a freaking throw. Whew. 1st and 10. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. See if they give us Jacobs here. And, all right, picks up about 2 yards down inside the 30. Sorry, actually inside the 35. Yeah, so far on this drive, man, 6 consecutive passes. That was the first run on this drive. Jordan, play action. Throwing it deep to the right, and he's got his man, and that is Lucas Musgrave with a great diving catch. 2 defenders on him, and able to get a great freaking catch. I think he's going to be inside the 15 on that one. Woo, look at that corner route. Anzalone trying to keep pace. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Trapping it, tucking it in. Look at that, man. That was the best play I've seen out of Lucas Musgrave in a long time. 1st and 10, ball at the 11. End around to Watson. He's going to stumble, but he gets it down near the 8-yard line. So a pickup of 3. And that was a great job there by Brian Branch, able to kind of keep Watson contained on that one. Second and 7, ball at the 8. Jordan under center. Detroit has like 7 guys on the line. Jordan throws it, Lofton one to the right, and that's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it out to Fitzpatrick, but great coverage by Brian Branch. And I like that Jordan just kind of looked at his options, and if it wasn't there, just throw it away. Throw it away. Don't take a sack. Don't try to force the ball. Just live to 3rd down, all right? Right now, Green Bay doing a great job of eating up some of this clock. The clock is stopped at 3:01. And there's going to be a flag. This might be on Green Bay here. No. It's going to be too many men on Detroit. So instead of 3rd and 8, it'll be 3rd and 3 there. The Packers get the ball inside the 5 down to the 4. They can get a first down if they can get it to the 1. So I expect Jacobs. Nope. Jordan running, and he gets taken down after a gain of just 1. So 4th down coming up. That was Aiden Hutchinson with a heck of a play there, able to bring Jordan down just shy of the line for the first down. All right. Packers going for it again on 4th down, trying to get it a first down or a touchdown here. Oh, come on, man. A false start on the Packers. I believe that was I think that might have been Zach Tom. Actually, no, that was the rookie Anthony Belton, the right guard. Oh. All right. Well, even though Matt LaFleur didn't motion for the timeout before Belton moved, apparently they're saying that he was yelling timeout before he moved. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm a Packer fan. I'm gonna take the referees giving us a break here, but I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. That should have been a penalty on the Packers. I think Green Bay just got away with one there. So it'll still be. It says 4th and 1. It's closer to 4th and 2 in my opinion. But honestly, it should be 4th and about 7. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. Takes the snap, looks, throws, and he's got Romeo in the end zone. Woo! Let's go, baby. Oh, man. Green Bay got bailed out a little bit. We'll take it. Jordan with a heck of an throw there towards the front left pylon. Romeo able to secure the catch, tap the toes down, and the Packers able to score a touchdown with 2:12 left in the half here. About to take a double-digit lead here. McManus's kick is good. All right, baby. Let's frickin' go. All right, man. The Packers looking good against Detroit here in the first half, man. 17 points. I'm going to have to look up. I'll probably do that at halftime, but I think this might be only the second time that they have scored. Maybe the third time this season that they have scored over 14 points in the first half. They've been a second half team for most of the season, so I'm kind of curious. But either way, baby, got into the end zone. Defense hopefully can hold up here the final 2:12 before the half. Yeah, because the Packers do have to kick off to Detroit to start the second half, so we don't want Detroit double dipping. All right, man. We got a couple people watching. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Hope you're doing well. We got 3 games coming at you today. We got obviously Packers, Detroit. Then we're gonna do Chiefs and Cowboys, and then finally we're gonna finish off Thanksgiving with the Bengals going to Baltimore and paying a visit to Lamar Jackson there. So hopefully all 3 of these games are gonna be entertaining. They're gonna be close and competitive, and we're gonna keep it going, man. So and then on top of that, we have another game tomorrow on the channel for Black Friday. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having some great time with some family, some friends, eating a lot of food, maybe eating too much food. All right, we got a built-in excuse today to kind of pig out. So, and yeah, man, let's freaking go. I'm not eating too much right now. I'm drinking a little bit of a caffeinated smoothie here. Yeah, when you're sitting down for like almost 10 hours, you gotta eat light. You gotta eat light, otherwise it's just. All right, so Detroit is going to get the ball here in a few seconds. Once again, 2:12 on the clock. That previous drive by Green Bay, 12 plays, 70 yards, and took up a little over 5 minutes off the clock. Kick is away, and it's going to be downed in the end zone, so Detroit will get the ball at the 35. They do have all 3 timeouts. Steve, what happened to you, Detroit? You're thinking about Dallas game? Hey, man, might be a little distracted. Might be a little distracted, which is good. Also, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the number 1 receiver for this offense, he was injured on the opening drive for Detroit. And Jameer Gibbs with a carry. He's breaking another tackle, another one, and instead of losing 2 yards, he gains a yard. Evan Williams, another name that has something to do with a little bit of whiskey. He's able to bring him down. Holy cow, man. Jameer Gibbs went from nearly losing a couple yards to possibly breaking a big one and then just picking up a yard. Thank goodness for Evan Williams, the player and the drink, you know? But yeah, Steve, no, this Detroit offense, man, they have had some major injuries over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Sam Laporta, the number 1 tight end, or the top tight end for this offense, he is going to be out for the rest of the season. He just had season-ending surgery, I think last week or a couple days ago. And then now Amon-Ra St. Brown was injured when one of his offensive linemen landed on his left leg. So, and they said he's questionable to return. I would be surprised if he came back into this game. So yeah, basically the top 2 out of the top 3 targets in the passing game for Detroit are not playing in this game right now. And then on top of that, their best offensive player, Jameer Gibbs, has had a long history, basically since he's entered the NFL. The team that has been able to wrap him up the most consistently has been the Green Bay Packers. I think coming into this game over the last, I think, what, 5 games that Jameer has played against Green Bay, he's only picked up about 65 total offensive yards per game. So that's passing, running, or receiving and passing. So, yeah, the Packers have been able to really contain one of the most explosive players in the NFL on a consistent basis. And so far, Jameer, he's picked up a couple good yards, but for the most part, he's not on pace for another great game like he was last week against the Giants. Steve, injuries suck for the players and teams, especially at this time of the season. Oh, for sure. 100%, man. And unfortunately, these injuries are coming at the worst time for Detroit, man, because right now they are currently out of the playoffs. If the playoffs started today, Detroit would not be in the playoffs right now. So, and if they lose here today, man, at home, that's going to be very tough, man. And they've already lost a couple games in the division. They've lost to the Packers in week 1. They lost to the Vikings and J.J. McCarthy a couple weeks ago. And yeah, right now I think if they lose today, their record in the division will be 1-3. All right, we're back here after the 2-minute warning. Goff in the shotgun, and I think they're going to get Green Bay for jumping off sides, maybe? Yep. That was Rashawn Gary. Second and 5. Goff pressured, rolling to his right, delivers a throw, and that's going to be caught, but it's going to be short of the first down. So 3rd and 1 coming up. Clock is running, 1:45. So right now, Goff, 7 dropbacks. He's been pressured 6 times and sacked once. All right, Packers with about 7 guys on the line here. Obviously, Detroit does have a condensed formation. Probably going to run up the middle with Montgomery, and he's going to pick up 2 yards and a first down. Detroit probably going to use a timeout here. 1:13 on the clock. And yes, they do. So I'm expecting Detroit to take a shot here in the next play or two. May not be on first and 10 here, but I'm expecting them within the next, like I said, 2 or maybe 3 plays to really take a shot down the field. I think they're gonna try to get the ball down the field. They're trying to get this definitely into Packer territory before they use their second timeout. So hopefully the Packers are kind of geared up for that. Hopefully they cover the seams. Look out for Jameson Williams, who is at the bottom of the screen there. Yep, there he is. To Williams, breaks a tackle down to the 29. And like freaking clockwork, I said it. They're looking for something down the field. They're going to go to Jameson Williams. And that's exactly what happened. Luckily, Xavier McKinney able to get a piece of Williams there. Otherwise, he is probably going for 6. And that was just a deep crosser in the slot to the right. And Green Bay is going to use a timeout. Xavier McKinney, very slow to get up. He's actually almost taking a knee there on the field. right, man. We got Jack White there. Let's freaking go. All right, 52 seconds here. Detroit with the ball at the Packers 29. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. Can't get any pressure, and Jahmyr Gibbs goes down after just a gain of 4. Down to the 25. All right, quick snap, throws, and that's going to be caught. Only gains about 2 yards there by Kennedy. And Detroit is going to use a timeout here, their second one. And they stop the clock here with 30 seconds left. And actually, they readjusted the time so to 31 seconds here left in the half. Yeah, you're starting to see a lot of guys on this Detroit offense that are not used to really playing a whole lot of snaps. Kennedy out there, Tesla, who we've seen before. I think he caught a touchdown in that Week 1 matchup, but he's been seeing a lot less of the field in the second or third month of the NFL season. Quick throw, gets it out to Jamison. He breaks the tackle, gets a first down. He's loose, and it's a touchdown for Detroit. Oh my goodness, man. Double shot of whiskey gets into the end zone. That's a bad tackle, man. Who was that? Carrington, you gotta wrap up, man. Carrington Valentine read the play perfectly, dude. Absolutely perfectly. Able to knife through the block. But instead of wrapping up, he tries to hit him with a shoulder low. And it's just, come on, man. You gotta wrap up. Slow him down just a little bit. And exactly what you did not want. Detroit able to get into the end zone before the half. And they get the extra point as well, and they will get the ball to start the second half. Dang it. Yeah, man, that's just some bad tackling there by the Packers. All right, we got 25 seconds left here. Packers, we'll see if they decide to try to do something. They do have a timeout here. If they can get a decent return, maybe they'll try to get something, maybe a field goal before the half, but I don't know. Yeah, right now, since the Packers took a 10-0 lead, they have been outscored 7-14. All right, caught right at the goal line to the 20, to the 25, and taken out of bounds near the 26. Bo Melton with a decent return. All right, Jordan dropping back, and it's gonna be that might be grounding because I don't know if the ball got to the line of scrimmage there. He was in the pocket as well. The only thing that we need to look out for here, man, is that Jordan. Okay, they're gonna take a knee. So, all right, that's gonna be the first half. The Packers on top, 17-14. Detroit able to score a touchdown before the half. And this Packer defense, man, they were lights out in the first quarter. Second half, gave up a couple scores there. But the important part is the Packers offense has been looking a lot better. 17 points, man. It's a good start, man. Especially they've been a second half team. They've usually been able to score a good amount in the second half on most of their games. So hopefully, if they can score another 17, I like their chances to win this one. But their defense does need to begin to put a little bit more pressure on Goff, man. They've gotten to him. They were getting to him a little bit consistently once again through the first. I would say, honestly, even into the second quarter, they were getting some good pressure. But then their coverage started to kind of start cracking a little bit. They started giving up some big chunks over the middle to Williams. They gave up a couple big plays to Kennedy down the seam to the tight ends as well. So yeah, man, I don't know, man. It seems like Xavier McKinney, man, and again, it's tough to figure out what they're doing exactly, but he just seems to be slightly out of position. I don't know if that's the design that Halfley is wanting him to be in that position, or if it's McKinney kind of being given the kind of the okay to kind of improvise, and he's just not really making the right decision. And it's not just him. Like I said, Jameson Williams probably would have scored a touchdown on that crossing route to the right sideline earlier on the drive that they scored the touchdown before the half. But luckily, McKinney was able to get just enough of a piece of Williams to slow him down. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be a battle, man. It's gonna be a battle regardless. I didn't think it was gonna be another convincing, like unquestionable win for the Packers like it was in Week 1. I knew this game was gonna be a lot closer. It was gonna be a little bit more competitive. So and oh, perfect right here. The 17 points the Packers have scored on in the first half today is the most they have scored in a first half since going against Detroit in Lambeau Field in Week 1. So yeah, this is the this is the most they've scored in the first half. And then during that Week 1, they scored 10 points in the second half to win by they scored 27 points. Yeah, that was their first 27-point win of the season. I think they've had another three more games. Like they're a perfect 4-0 when they score 27 points in a game. All right, let's check out the fantasy team. I think the only player I do have playing in this game is Amon Ra, and fortunately he didn't get a single catch before being injured. So I doubt I am doing well. Mm. Yep. Been a tough matchup so far. All right, let's look at the old halftime stats in this one. All right, so we got Jordan. He's 11 of 21, 118 through the air, 2 touchdowns, no picks, has not been sacked once in this game. Josh, 8 carries, 59 yards. He started the game with 5 carries for 50 yards, so the last 3 carries only picked up 9. Emmanuel Wilson, who started last week, went over 100 yards. He's only had 3 carries for 10 yards. Dontavian Wicks, the leading receiver for the Packers, 3 catches for 47 yards, including a 22-yard touchdown there down the left sideline. Lucas Musgrave, 1 catch for 23 yards. Christian Watson for 2 for 21, and then Romeo Doubs just 2 for 10, but he did catch that touchdown with about 2:12 left in the half. Micah Parsons and Kingsley and Igbari with a sack. And then for Detroit, Goff 7 for 10, 103 through the air, 1 touchdown, no picks. Jahmyr Gibbs 8 for 32, so being held to about 4 yards per carry, which is just insane for a guy that's as explosive as he is. Sometimes he finishes games where he's averaging like almost 9 yards per carry. David Montgomery 5 for 16, but he does have a touchdown in this game. Jamison Williams 3 for 69 and a touchdown. Tom Kennedy 3 for 29, and Jahmyr Gibbs 1 for 5. Alex Anzalone is the leading tackler for Detroit, 4 tackles. Brian Branch right behind him with let me see here. It looks like actually no, sorry. Anzalone has 6 tackles, and Brian Branch has 5. Green Bay closing in on 200 yards in this game offensively. They're averaging almost 5.5 yards per play. Detroit's actually averaging over 5.5, so they've been a little bit more efficient with their plays. Oh, we got Jack White. Let's go, oh, man! Performing at halftime. I like it. Green Bay 5 of 9 on third down. Detroit 4 for 6. Green Bay is a perfect 2 for 2 on fourth down. They've actually scored both of their touchdowns on fourth down plays. Packers able to run 12 more plays than Detroit, and they have about 5.5 more minutes of possession there. And then give me 1 second here. I want to see what song he's playing right now. All right. I feel it. There we go. Good song. Yeah, so in the second half, man, if I'm Green Bay, I'm going to try to find a way to get Jacobs the ball a lot more. I think he's been very efficient. Plus, I think you want to be able to slow down this game just a little bit. Try to control the clock, control the tempo of the game, keep that Lions offense off the field. Give your defense also a little bit of rest. So that way, when Detroit, hopefully they're trailing, once they start trying to throw the ball down the field, guys like Mike, Rashawn Gary needs to really start getting some pressure, man. He's been kind of, I think he scored a sack or almost got a sack last week that he was actually able to force the second interception by JJ McCarthy. But yeah, Rashawn, his numbers over the last couple of weeks have just been a little bit down, man. The pressures aren't there. He's not being able to move the quarterback as much as some of the other guys. Like even Kingsley, I feel like has been able to get to the quarterback a little bit more consistently. But regardless, man, those pass rushers need to be able to have some energy at the end of the game to be able to get some pressure. Holy cow, is that Eminem? Woo! Let's freaking go. Um, so yeah, so hopefully the Packers offense can. I feel like they're at their best when they're able to kind of let the running game dictate the tempo and the situations that they are offensively. I know that might be the case for most teams, but I feel like the Packers need to be in a rhythm when they're able to get the ball to be able to get the ball down the field on a methodical drive. They're not a team that can just pass and then kind of go with little chunks. They're a team that likes to take their shots down the field, but they also need to be in decent second and third down situations if those deep shots don't make it. Otherwise, they're just going to be behind the chains. And third and 10, third and 7, typically has not been a winning formula for the Packers this season. Man, they have struggled to really be able to take advantage of those situations throughout the season. Finally, Jordan Love right now hasn't been sacked, so I think they're doing a good job. But I feel like him and Watson need to kind of get on the same page just a little bit more, man. Romeo Dobbs also needs to be able to be more of a threat. He likes those dig routes, basically going up the field and then just cutting straight across. Hopefully, Matt LaFleur can get some of those going. I feel like Detroit is opening up the middle of the field a little bit, especially because the Packers have been really using the sidelines a lot in the first half. So maybe in the second half, Detroit will try to maybe kind of open up a little bit, try to take some of those sideline catches away. But we'll see. For the Packers defense, I think they need to begin to get a little bit more pressure on Jared Goff. They were looking good through the first quarter, maybe even into the second. But that's kind of the the last two drives for Detroit, man. It looks like Goff. It feels like Goff has had almost all day to throw. And then on top of that, Packers need to do a better job against those routes and the seams, and then their tackling, man. Bad tackling, man. On both of Jameis's biggest catches, and even on that touchdown drive as well, just bad tackling. Bad tackling, being put in bad situations. They need to be able to make plays, wrap a guy up, and bring him down. Simple as that. Like it doesn't matter if he catches it 15 yards down the field. Just don't let him make that 15-yard catch into a 25 or 30-yard catch. Like just bring him down. I'm trying to think here. They got to take advantage, man. Like Amon Ra is not there. Sam Laporta is not there. They got to be able to slow down Jameson Williams. Like I think if you can bottle him up a little bit, I think you should be able to make enough plays to be able to keep this offense and just kind of force them into field goal situations. And I know Dan Campbell is an aggressive guy. He'll likely go for it on fourth down, but we saw how that can backfire against Dan Campbell a couple weeks ago when they were 0 for 4, 0 for 5 on fourth down. You gotta make Dan Campbell kind of beat himself in a way. Force him to make those decisions, on fourth down. Don't let him, get away, on what was it like second and 15. Do not give up a 16-yard catch. On third and 13, don't give up 15 yards. Like just you gotta give Dan Campbell opportunities where he is basically making a wrong decision by going for it on instead of taking the points, basically. So. All right, Jack White finishing up his set here, and we'll probably be heading into the second half in the next couple minutes. Also, either team, especially for the Packers, they got to cause a turnover here, man. I think that is going to be a big, big part of what could happen in the second half. Whichever team is able to cause the turnover, I think is going to have a great opportunity to be able to kind of almost double dip and maybe kind of give themselves a little bit of a buffer in especially into the fourth quarter if they can get it early. Yeah, let's not forget this Detroit team actually played an overtime game less than 5 days ago. They went into overtime against the Giants, and so far I think in that game they played I think close to 70 plays defensively. And right now the Packers I think are well over 30. So like this Detroit team, I think it's a little bit overstated. I think the obviously most of these teams do a great job of being able to keep their players healthy and relaxed and kind of revitalizing them for the next game. But after a while, man, it should and probably will take a toll. And the Packers need to play a little bit more physical in the second half to kind of wear down this Detroit defense. Yeah, dude, the fact that Eminem joined Jack White at the halftime show here, man, is it's a strong duo right there, man. That's a heck of a freaking it's a heck of a show, man. I'm gonna have to look that up after today, man. I want to see that whole presentation, that whole performance. I mean, Oh, apparently Micah Parsons, man, he did not leave the field for a single defensive play in the first half. Ooh. Hmm. Heck yeah, man. So just a I don't even want to call it a stat. It's just a little fact. Uh, Dating back to 1978, Jordan Love is the first Packer quarterback to throw two fourth down touchdowns in a single game, regular season or postseason. Right, right. Yeah, I think the one good thing that we can take away if you're a Packer fan, the Packers did look or do look like the better team in that first half. Obviously, the score indicates that, but they looked a lot better. I think they were the most consistent. I think their defense was able to create a little bit more explosive plays, sacks, able to get force a couple three and outs, and then on top of that, the Packers offense once again their best scoring first half since week one against this Detroit defense. And if the Packers defense can get a couple more stops, even I think even if they can get three stops, whether that's a turnover, especially if it's a turnover, or a couple sacks. And if this Packers offense can probably score two touchdowns or another 17 points, I do believe that they will be able to win this one and win it fairly comfortably if that all that does happen at once. But before then, Detroit will get the ball to start the second half here, so they have a chance to actually take the lead for the first time today. Caught inside the 5 to the 25 to the 30 and down near the 34. Yeah, Rich Bisaccia's special teams right now, man, has not impressed me today. The coverage team last week was great. I think even the game before was pretty solid. But today, man, it just seems like Detroit's returners, man, they are just been able to pick up chunks, man. Even in the punting game, they had a 20-yard return off a great punt by Whalen. Now they get about 33 yards on this kick return. It's gonna be a run to Jameer Gibbs, and he is gonna be stacked up after a gain of two down to the 36. Right. Second and 7, toss to the left. Jameer Gibbs with some blockers and Taken down after another gain of 2, maybe 3 there by Javon Bullard. That was a heck of a tackle, man, because Jameer was about to be able to get a little bit of a crease there going towards the left. So 3rd and 5, Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers stacked up on that right side. Looks like he might be going to Jamison. Nope. Gets it underneath to, I believe that's Kennedy for a gain of about 7 across the 45. And that was McDuffie and Cooper combining on the stop. 1st and 10, Goff under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver to that right side. Hand it off. Jameer cuts it inside, and he picks up 3 yards. So 2nd and 7 coming up. All right, ball just shy of the 50 here for Detroit. Goff under center, single back in the backfield. And able to break a tackle in the behind the line, and he picks up another 3 or 4. Setting up a 3rd and short for Detroit. Yeah, Jameer's he's looking a little bit better in this second half, man. A little bit more space on his runs from the offensive line. They've been able to move that front 7 of the Packers a little bit more, and feels like Jameer might be close to breaking one here. All right, Goff in the shotgun, running back to his behind him there. And they take him down on 3rd and 2 right at the line. And Dan Campbell is going to have a choice here on 4th and 2. Does he go for it or does he punt it away? That is a heck of a tackle there by Trent McDuffie, basically almost being brought down by a blocker, but able to wrap up Jameer for a no gain there. So 4th and 3 coming up. All right, this could be a huge play for Green Bay's defense here. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. I feel like this is going to be like a crossing route to the left or a quick throw to the right side. Handoff, and Jameer is taken down for a loss of 2. Turnover on downs, and the Packers defense holds up. And who else is leading the way but Micah Parsons? Let's freaking go, man. And I said it at halftime. Put Dan Campbell in a situation where he beats himself by going for it on 4th. Oh, yes. Gotta love it, baby. All right, we'll switch the possession here to Green Bay. All right, so we're on a commercial break here, so we're not missing a thing. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of caught me off guard. They decided to run it with Gibbs, who, like I said, he was definitely running a little bit better on this drive, but still, the Packers have been. I mean, one, they stacked him up on 3rd down, and I don't know, man. That was a weird play call. I think if they would have taken it to the air, I think they had a significantly better chance of getting a first down. To me, I still feel like the weakest point of this Packers defense is still the secondary. That we have a solid secondary. I don't think it's one of the worst or anything like that. They give up some bad plays at times for sure, but I feel when you look at some of the times where even when the Packers are not getting pressure on the quarterback, or even when they are and they're forcing him to kind of roll out, you can see that the quarterback is struggling to find guys open. And I feel like that is a good indication that this Packers secondary is doing a pretty decent job a good chunk of the time. But there are times, man, where I'm just like, what are you doing? But yeah, man, heck of a stop there. That was Micah Parsons and Trent McDuffie initially both getting there to stop Jameer Gibbs. So first and 10, ball at the 49 for Green Bay. We got a tight end in the backfield there with Jacobs, and he is stacked up for nothing on that one. So second and 10 coming up. Yeah, this is going to be a huge drive for the Packers, man. They need to be able to score here. They need to take advantage of it. They need to score off of basically turnovers. And I mean, turning it over on downs, that's a turnover. That's as good as of a fumble or an interception. Jordan launching it deep to the right. He's got his man. Touchdown! Christian Watson. And I mentioned it at halftime, baby. Him and Watson need to get on the same page down the field. And that's what we got. 10:31 here in the third, and the Packers strike first. Woo! It's a heck of a throw by Jordan Love, man. Even as he didn't really even step into the throw. And McManus reestablishes a 10-point lead for the Packers, man. It's the third time today that they've been able to have a 10-point lead. They were up 10-0, then 17-7, and now 24-14 over Detroit with a little over 4.5 minutes off the clock here in the third quarter. Damn, dude, that was a heck of a throw. That was a 51-yard touchdown throw and catch from Jordan Love to Christian Watson, and that was Robertson on the coverage. All right, man. I feel a little bit better here now into the third. I was a little worried that Detroit was going to have a little bit too much momentum and going to be able to take the lead here. So, but once again, now we need another stop here. Another stop. And the good thing is I do trust the Packers defense to be able to get something here. Even if they don't stop them on this coming drive, I do believe that they will stop them enough to give the Packers offense another opportunity to score. right, looks like we're coming back from the commercial break. All right. McManus about to kick this one away. Packer Nation, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. Packer Nation, how you doing? How you doing? How's your Thanksgiving going? And how are you enjoying the game, my man? It's looking good right now. 24-14, man. Let's freaking go. We are better than the Lions, and it's going great so far. Let's go, man. Heck yeah. 1st and 10. Goff looking, running to his left. He might pick up the first. He does, and he's to the 45. Stays on his feet. And that was a massive, massive chunk picked up by Jared Goff. He's going to be, I think, somewhere around midfield. Well, that's not good. That's not what you want. Yeah, the Packers committing a little bit too much there. All right, they are in Packer territory here. Ball at the 47 after a nearly 25-yard run by Jared Goff. Play action. No pressure, and he dumps it underneath to Montgomery for a gain of about 2. McDuffie on the stop. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. All right, we got 2nd and 7 here. Goff under center. Montgomery in the backfield. Play action. Looking for Jameson. Nope. Actually going to dump it underneath to Montgomery, and he gets it down to the 31 before going out of bounds. And that's going to be another Detroit 1st down. And once again, dude, Rashawn Gary has just not been able to get any kind of pressure when he is on the field. Like, to be honest with you, man, if I'm the Packers, I get it. You paid Rashawn. He's obviously a leader on that defense. You got to put in JJ, man. You got to put in guys that are going to be able to get to Goff. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 31. Goff under center, fullback, running back in the backfield. Hands it off to Montgomery. He's got some room. He's to the 25, to the 20, and taken down near the 16. And it's going to be a massive chunk there for the former Chicago Bear, picking up nearly 15 yards on that pickup. Yeah, definitely not the way you wanted the Packers defense to respond after a great opening defensive drive. All right, 1st and 10, ball to 17. Goff under center, single back in the backfield. Play action, looking, time, throws, touchdown, and that is Tesla with his 2nd touchdown against Green Bay this season. Well, we knew it was going to take more than just 24 points here to beat Detroit, but I was hoping the Packers D would kind of force Detroit to look at, oh, Jesus, man. Just soft coverage. Nobody's really moving. Nobody's reacting to players coming into their zone. It's just All right. Bates able to tack on the extra point, and now it is a 3-point game again. Well, that 10-point lead did not last long for the Packers. So that big run there by Goff to kind of get this drive started for Detroit went for 24 yards. It was the second biggest run of Jared Goff's career. The longest was a 26-yarder back in 2021, and that was against Green Bay. My goodness, man. Freaking when Jared Goff goes against the Packers, man, he turns into Lamar Jackson, I'm telling you. Prime time Michael Vick. Jared Goff against the Green Bay Packers. Let's freaking go, man. We got 3 people watching. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're new to the channel or you just joined us, please leave a like on the video. It helps a ton. Helps get this video in other people's eyes as well. And then subscribe if you haven't. It's a great free way to support the channel. But regardless, I hope your Thanksgiving is going great. Hopefully there's some good food, great people with you, and hopefully the games continue to kind of be this competitive throughout the day. Even though tight scores in Packer games give me anxiety. Don't like it. Don't like it. All right, we got 7:25 here left in the third. Packers on top by 3. Hopefully the Packers offense can continue to keep the scores coming here. It's going to be a decent return. I believe that is Bo Melton picking up about 27 yards there. All right. 1st and 10, ball at the 28-yard line. Goff. Jordan in the shotgun. Hands it off to Jacobs, and he fights his way down to the 31. And that'll be 2nd and 7 coming up for the Packers. All right, Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. Romeo alone to the left. It's going to be an end around. He's got the 1st down, and we'll get it down to the 45. And Bo Melton with a heck of a run. Let's go. Seastrom Happy Thanksgiving. Just saying hi. Currently hosting a party. All good, my man. Hello to you. Hopefully the family is doing well, my man. Hopefully the party's going well too. It's good to see you, man. Thank you so much for popping in here, brother. Thank you, thank you. Oh, quickly. Prediction. Who's winning tonight, man? Cowboys or Chiefs? All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Ball at the 45. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. A little bit of pressure. Throws it to the right. He's got a man. Wicks gets it down to the 25 of Detroit. And Harper with a tackle. If he does not bring down Wicks, he is going all the way to the end zone. And what a freaking throw by Jordan Love, man. In a phone booth on that one. Delivering a strike. It nearly went through the hands of Wicks, man. Whew. And it looks like Harper, the man that... the man with who made the tackle there on Wicks is slow to get up. He's got the trainers with him on the field. You'll be happy to know that I picked the Packers to win. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you, man. You know what? I'm gonna return the favor. And I'm picking the Chiefs to win. I would say, oh man. Oh. Man, it's gonna be tough, man. That is the one game that I think is gonna be the toughest one to pick. I think it's gonna be close. I would not be surprised if the Chiefs won, though. To be honest with you, like the Cowboys' defense is it's horrendous. And right now, Mahomes and that team, they're looking solid offensively. Yeah, right now the Packers offense, man, they're looking good. They gotta keep it going, man, because Detroit is gonna be able to put up points here. They gotta keep it going. They gotta put the pressure on this offense, man. Force Goff to kind of maybe make some throws that he's not used to or wanting to make, and hopefully that can be a turnover in the favor of the Packers here. And and Seastrom, have you gotten a chance to eat something today, man? If you have, what did you get? What did you have? And then what's the spread looking like? Let me know. Let me know. What's the spread? What's the starting lineup of the food that you got? All right, we're back here. Jordan Love under center, ball at the 25, single back in the backfield. Detroit with about 7 guys on the line, so expecting a run. Toss to the left. Jacobs with some room, and he's going to get it down near the 20. And Jacobs looks like he might be a little slow to get up. Yep, coming off the field with a little bit of a limp. Looks like he might be favoring that left leg. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, took a shoulder right to that knee. All right, 2nd and 4, ball at the 19. Jordan under center. Hands it off to Wilson, and he's going to muscle his way to the 15, and that's a first down for the Packers. I like the way that Emmanuel Wilson is running, man. You're starting to see him run a little bit more physically. He's always falling forward when he runs. But you're starting to see him kind of get hit, and then just kind of keep moving the pile just a little bit. I like it. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 3 receivers stacked up on that right side. Quick throw, gets it out to Romeo Doubs. He's got some blockers. He's to the 10 and taken down. He got stonewalled there by Brian Branch right at the 10. 2nd and 5 coming up. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 2 tight ends to his right. And there's going to be a timeout there. Play clock was running down on Jordan. Packers offense over 300 yards on the day so far. All right, 2nd and 5, ball at the 10. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Quick throw, gets it out to Romeo. He fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by the Packers. Rasheed Walker able to catch the fumble on the bounce, man. Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Romeo, man, he's got to be careful with that one. Just holding that thing basically down to his waist. All right, 3rd and 1 here. Jordan in the shotgun. Nope. Trying to get it to somebody in the end zone, and he's just going to throw this one away. We got a flag. Come on. I think it might be on the Packers here. It might be holding. It's going to be a face mask on Detroit. And that's going to be an automatic first down, man. Personal foul on Jack Campbell, one of the leaders in this. On this Detroit. Oh, yeah, Jesus. Nearly ripped Wiley's head off there. Holy cow, man. All right. Packers catch a break there on the face mask on Jack Campbell. It's going to be 1st and goal right at the 3. 2 receivers stacked up on the right. Jordan in the shotgun. Handoff to Jacobs. Delayed handoff. Jacobs hits the hole, and he is stacked up for just a gain of about 1, maybe a 1.5. It's not a bad play. I like the way he exploded after getting the ball, man. He did not hesitate. He didn't try to dance around. Just pick a hole, hit it, and hopefully the pile moves forward. So 2nd and goal. Detroit doing a great job on 1st and goal there. All right, ball at the 1.5 yard line. All right, Jordan in the shotgun. Got Wicks, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Dontavian Wicks. His 2nd touchdown catch of the day. Woo. I think Jordan could have thrown a little bit of a better ball for him. He kind of, once again, usually does what he kind of does a little too frequently and kind of fades away from the throw. But Wicks able to adjust to it and able to get that ball just across the goal line. Oh my goodness, man. And McManus perfect on the day. 1 for 1 on field goals. And now 4 for 4 on his extra points. All right, man. And for the 4th time in this game, the Packers reestablishing a 10-point lead over Detroit. Ah, man. Why does why does Jordan do that to me, man? Every single time, man, that ball gets a little too wonky, man. You just gotta step into it just a little bit. Just a little bit. But that was a heck of a drive there by the Packers. Nearly fumbled it inside the 10. But again, Rasheed Walker, the starting right tackle, heads up play, found the ball, grabbed it, and just went straight to the ground. Didn't try to do anything crazy with it. All right, we got 1:44 here left in the third. Hopefully the Packers defense can take their time and just kind of force either a quick 3 and out or just make Detroit go for a long drive. Try to eat up as much of the clock here to give the Packers maybe an opportunity on offense to finish off this game in the fourth quarter. Great tackle by the Packers coverage team. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 26. Goff under center, single back in the backfield. Play action. Looking for the explosive play down the field. He's got it. And that's going to be down near the 41. We do have a flag, and it's going to be on Keyshawn Nixon here. And it is, but it will be declined, so... That was a double shot Jameson right there with a nice 15-yard catch. 1st and 10, ball at the 41. Toss to the right. Nope, reverse. Goff fumbles the ball and he is taken down by J.J. Enagbari. And that trick play blows up in the Detroit Lions' face. Perfect. Yeah, it was a toss to the right. Montgomery throwing it back to Goff. Goff already looking down the field. Did not secure the catch. Goff thinking to himself, he's like, oh, so that's what it feels like when my receivers do that. Already looking down the field before they secure the catch. All right. 2nd and 19, ball at the 32. Going to be Jahmyr Gibbs with another great run, tiptoeing to the 45, and just another great run by Jahmyr Gibbs on, we got Edgerrin Cooper down on the ground. Looks like he's writhing in pain. The trainers are to him. Dang, dude, come on. so we're going to a commercial break while they check on Edgerrin Cooper. We see here Rob Demovsky on Twitter says Edgerrin Cooper was slow to get up, but he is walking off the field on his own. Okay, that's good. Let's go, man. We got 3 people watching us. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. If you're new to the channel or you're just joining us, please leave a like on the video. It helps the video a ton. And subscribe if you haven't. It's a great free way to support us on the channel. So thank you. Thank you. Steve, now just keep going like this. Green Bay and with Chicago, the Miracle Bears game against Philadelphia, the fumbling Eagles. I don't know. Do the Eagles fumble a lot? I think they have like 3 fumbles this season, or maybe 4. Actually, no, they did fumble quite a bit on their last game. The fumbling Eagles. It's a good one, Steve. I like it. I like it. Steve, what's going on, my man? What have you eaten today, man? Give me your plate. What's the spread looking like? 3rd and 6. Jahmyr Gibbs with another bouncing run to the left, and that's a first down. What the heck are the Packers doing? There's like no containment on the edges right now. 0. None. That's a hold. All right, well, that's the end of the 3rd here. We head to the 4th with Detroit just running the ball down the Packers' throat on the last couple of plays. It was 2nd and 19, and they've picked up, I think, close to 25 yards, if not more, over the last 2 runs. So we're still on the commercial break here. Let's see here, Rashawn. Steve, well, I just can't say I didn't eat that much as always, but it was a good day. Just hope Dallas better not ruin. No, man. I like I said, I think that Dallas and Chiefs game is going to be very competitive. I think those teams match up well with each other, and honestly, I did pick the Cowboys to get the upset because I do believe there's going to be one upset here. I don't know. Detroit could easily upset the Packers. I'll tell you that much. I don't even know if Detroit is not the favorite in this game. I didn't really double check. But I don't think the Bengals are going to beat Baltimore, even though Baltimore has been. I don't know, man. I picked Cowboys because I think their offense is hitting its stride right now. They look good against the Eagles. I think their defense might be a little bit better than what some people expect in this game. And then finally, I think, once again, I think there's going to maybe a little bit of an upset there. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, the good news is Edgerrin Cooper is back on the field here. So 1st and 10, ball at the 42 of Green Bay. Fakes the toss, gets it out to Williams. He's breaking a couple tackles in the backfield, finds some room, and picks up 9 yards, man. That was a wild play, man. He reverse fields all the way to the left, and usually when you see that, that usually does not end well for the offense. But when you have a guy that is that quick, that explosive, it tends to work out sometimes, man. 2nd and 1. That was the Packers played that thing perfectly. They just couldn't keep up with Jameson Williams. Jahmyr Gibbs brought down for a loss. Trent McDuffie with great pursuit. And that's going to be a loss of 1 or 2 on 2nd down. The man with the magnificent beard there, Trent McDuffie. Sorry, I keep on saying Trent McDuffie. Sorry, Trent plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. Isaiah McDuffie. Jeez. Put some respect on Isaiah's name. 3rd and 3, Goff in the shotgun. Jahmyr to his right. 3 receivers on that left side. Throws, and that's going to set up a 1st down for Jameson Williams. Nice catch. I got to give it to Detroit, man. They have done a great job of stopping basically everybody that isn't Micah Parsons from getting pressure on the quarterback. Yeah, Williams, 6 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown in this game so far. Goff under center, ball at the 28. Handoff to Gibbs, and he is stacked up right at the line. And who is it? Other than Isaiah McDuffie, who's having a heck of a game. All right, Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. Throws to the right, gets it out to Gibbs, and he picks up about 7 or 8 yards there on the catch and run. Evan Williams on the tackle. All right, Goff in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up on the left. Jahmyr to his right. Hands it off and taken down by Evan Williams, who knifes late blitz there from the right side. Able to wrap Jahmyr up and then gets a little bit of help from the big guys. Let's see this, man. Holy freaking cow, man. Evan Williams making a heck of a play, and then Micah Parsons able to help bring down Gibbs. And it's 4th and 3. Here we go. Could be another huge play for the Packers. Or did Dan Campbell learn his lesson and probably going to put this one in the air? 3 receivers spread out to the right. Goff in the shotgun. Rolling to his right. Delivers a throw in and out of the hands of Jameson Williams. Double shot Jameson. Unable to haul this one in, and it's another turnover on downs. That ball was behind him too, man. That's definitely on Williams, but that could have been a better throw by Jared Goff. And the decision to not go for it, to not kick a field goal when you have one of the better kickers in the NFL, to try to shrink this down to a 1 possession deficit. don't know, man. That was a decision for sure by Dan Campbell. Once again, now they are 0 for 2 on fourth down in the second half. And unfortunately, some bad news there from, according to Wes Hoskowitz, a writer for the Packers. Devontae Wyatt gets help to the sidelines after the play. It looks like his left knee. No, it doesn't say. It just says knee. Yeah, he had a knee injury a couple weeks ago. So hopefully it's nothing serious, man. The Packers' run defense is very, very different when Devontae Wyatt is not on the field, man. Yeah, dude, that the stop on that one really, really began when Evan Williams was able to kind of shoot the gap in between the right tackle and the right guard. Just perfect, perfect timing, man. All right, looks like we're coming back here. First and 10 for the Packers. Ball at their 22. We got Love under center. Tight end running back in the backfield. Play action. Dump it underneath. Dump it underneath. Take off and run. Take off and run. He's going to slide after picking up about 6 yards. Jordan with a nice play there. Keeps the clock rolling, too. Second and 5. And Jacobs breaks a tackle in the backfield and is able to pick up a yard, setting up 3rd and 4. All right. Packers with 3 receivers on that left side. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. Takes the snap. Has a little bit of time. He's got his man. No! In and out of the hands of Christian Watson. Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, my God. It was a great throw. Christian. Oh, that's why. Yeah, where's the flag on Robertson holding on to Watson's hand? Come on, man. Yep, Dean Blandino saying that should have been called on Detroit. And it's a touchback on the punt. Daniel Whalen dropping it perfectly, but unfortunately, his gunner is not able to get to the ball. That's a tough no call on the Packers. They They got away with one early in the game when honestly they probably should have been brought back 5 yards on 4th and 1 on that on the Romeo Dobbs touchdown catch. So it's a missed call. I don't like it. It sucks. It's against my team. But let's just say the Packers now are even with Detroit. That should have been pass interference on Robertson. Should have been an automatic first down. But honestly, the Packers probably should have not have gotten the probably should have gotten a penalty on the Matt LaFleur no late touchdown call before the half. So, all right. All right, it's going to be up to the Packers defense, man. I think one more stop should do it in this game. So we're on a commercial break. We're not missing a thing right now. Ah, man, that was such a no call on the PI, but like I said, Packers got away with one on the on the previous one there, so that's All right, so we got 1st and 10 here. Ball at the 20 for Detroit. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. Getting it out, and that's going to be a drop by Jahmyr Gibbs. So 2nd and 10 coming up. 8:59 left in the fourth quarter. Packers on top by 10. Dahlia, that was a ridiculous no call. I agree with you. Once again, I said it before. I said it when that happened. Maybe a little bit of a makeup call because the Packers definitely did not get that timeout before Belton would have had a false start on 4th and 1. So Packers got away with one before the half, and that's going to be a catch there by Tesla. A big chunk played down near the 38, and Keyshawn Nixon just getting absolutely destroyed there by the rookie on a deep crosser. That was a heck of a diving catch. All right, 1st and 10. Goff. Pressure. Down he goes, and that is Micah Parsons from the blind side and absolutely smacked Jared Goff, man. Goff he felt that one, dude. He was slow to get up. He was like, Jesus. Woo. Oh, my God. That sack was beautiful, man. That nearly took my breath away. Woo. Beautiful job by Micah Parsons, man. Just absolutely destroyed Tyler Decker on that left side. Goff. Quick throw. Gets it out, and that's going to be a gain of 2 there by Quelly, the backup tight end. All right, 3rd and 15 here. Obviously, the Detroit Lions will be going for it on 4th down, so they got 2 chances for 15 yards here. Down goes Goff, and once again, it is JJ Enigbari with great pressure, but there's going to be a flag, and this actually might be on the Packers. And from Matt LaFleur's reaction, it is. So, illegal contact. It's only 5 yards, but unfortunately, it's going to be an automatic 1st down. So that's going to be on Keyshawn Nixon, and unfortunately, that wipes away a sack for Kingsley there. 1st and 10, ball at the 38. Handoff. David Montgomery, I believe, picking up about a yard or 2. Micah made it feel better. Goff felt that before he was touched. Yeah, yeah, you could tell, man. Goff, yeah, that one, if he didn't feel it before, he definitely felt it after, man, because, whew. Yeah, Micah had some momentum coming into that sack. Jesus. All right, 2nd and 8, less than 6:30 left in the game. Pressure gets Jamison. He's wide open to the 35, to the 30, 25, 20, and goes out of bounds at the 16. And I get it. Man coverage, zone coverage. It really doesn't matter when a guy's this fast, but come on, man. You gotta bring him down. You gotta bring him down. All right. Good news is clock is still running here. So ball at the 16 here. A massive catch and run by Jameson Williams. Handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he picks up about a yard and a half. It's going to be just inside the 15. Second and 8. 4 receiver set. Oh, sorry, actually 3 receiver set. Tight end inside the slot there to the right. Goff with some time, and he hits the tight end for a pickup of about 4 down near the 10. Clock is now under 4:45 in this game, but this is going to be huge, man. If Detroit can get a touchdown, it's all they need is a stop, and they have a chance to be able to win this one late in this game. Sorry, I got the hiccups now. Come on. There we go. All right. 3rd and 4, ball around the 10-yard line. Goff in the shotgun. Jameson alone to the left. Running back to his left. Quick throw to the right, and it's going to be caught by Jahmyr Gibbs, who was spread out there to the right. Picks up a 1st down, but the clock is going to continue to run. It's a great job by Keyshawn bringing him down inbounds immediately after catching that one. Keeps the clock running, too. All right, so we got 3:35 left on the clock. 3 tight end set. Another trick play here. And it's going to be thrown by David Montgomery, an incomplete 2nd and goal coming up here. Woo! Able to get a little bit of pressure on David Montgomery on that throw. Kind of forced him to kind of throw that ball a little bit sooner probably than what he wanted. All right, clock is stopped at 3:30 after the incompletion. Quick throw, no. Over the middle, and it's batted at the line. Kobe Wooden with a heck of a play. 3:26 on the clock. Third and goal coming up. All right, Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. Condensed formation. Pressure, down he goes, Micah Parsons. 2.5 sacks on the day. And the big money acquisition is paying dividends here. Detroit looks like they are going to settle for a field goal here. Oh, my God. Ooh. A hell of a play, man. That is what you pay a guy like Micah Parsons to do. We got, I believe that might be Devontae. Oh, geez, man. One of his own guys landing right on that left leg. Hopefully it's nothing serious, man. All right, clock is stopped at 3:15 because of the injury to Devontae Wyatt. Oh, sorry, Steve. My bad, dude. Let me see here. What is your opinion about the refs' performance today, Dave? Sometime I ask myself, they must have something in fantasy to be that bad. I think, well, one, for sure, definitely they are bad. A lot more than the NFL would ever like to admit. Two, I think at the end of the day, when you have human beings, and this is kind of defending referees at times. Again, we at home have the benefit of not only multiple angles on a play, we also have the benefit of watching it not only multiple times, but also slowed down, very much slowed down. And also, we don't have the pressure of having to watch, multiple things. Like when we're watching the game, we're just watching the play. Referees are looking at multiple things throughout the entire play when that's happening. So definitely, when like we have the benefit of hindsight a lot of the times as well when we're criticizing them for a missed call or a call that they should not have made. Um, but yeah, man. There are definitely times where I'm like, come on, man, like you got to make that call, but got to give a little grace to the referees. I feel like a good chunk of the time it does balance out. Like I said, the Packers got away with one, in my opinion, in the first half with that timeout. So that's why I was like, it's a missed call for sure on that Robertson PI, but luckily the Packers got the benefit of a no call on earlier in the game. So sorry, I'm a little concerned here. It looks like Devontae Wyatt is going to need help getting off the field. They're actually bringing out the cart. So the good news is there's not like a massive cast of any kind on Wyatt's leg. So hopefully not anything major, but he is going to need help getting off the field here. So yeah. But yeah, that's my opinion on the refs, man. I think one, there are times where they are definitely bad, and then there are times where they missed a call. It happens. That's what happens when you have human beings making calls when in real time. Luckily, there is a system in place to kind of correct some of that. I wish the NFL would expand it out a little bit. Like I wish that play with Watson would be a challengeable play. Like it's clear as day. There is no like, well, maybe this or that. Like that is clear defensive PI. And even if it happened with the Packers, same thing. So, yeah. Steve, hope it is not an ending season. For sure. Let me try to see if there's any like updates, like kind of what people are watching on the ground here. Do, 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 do. All right, this is going to be a 31-yard field goal attempt by Jake Bates. So yeah, nothing on Wyatt. The card that's coming out for Wyatt. That's basically it. So Bates able to make this one, so that is going to make it a one possession lead. Lead for the Packers. Damn, man. So yeah, it's Wyatt's. I think it might be his right leg, or at least that's the one that's covered up. Hmm. All right, so we got 2:59 here left in the game. Detroit has all three timeouts, so the Packers will likely have to pick up at least two first downs to be able to ice this game. Yeah, but Steve, what about you, man? Let me know your opinion on the referees. Like, do you feel like do they frustrate you more a lot, or is it more of like, ah, come on, man, they should make that play, but you kind of let it go? Because there are some people like it feels like the referees can really ruin people's experience in games, and I wish that wasn't the case. Even if they are bad, like it's gonna happen. Like especially if you played sports, like in middle school, high school, college, it just happens, man. There's just some bad calls. It's kind of part of life a little bit too. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully the referees don't take away your joy of watching games. All right, we got 2:59 here left in the game. The Packers will have the ball at the 35. All right, Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. And Jacobs losing maybe a yard on the play, maybe half a yard. Detroit is going to use a timeout here. We got 2:54 in the game here. Second and 10. Yeah, Detroit, man, they got like 7 guys or 8 guys on the line, man. They're playing that run all the way. Hand off to Jacobs. He's got some room and he gets it near the 40. So it picks up about 6 yards there. So setting up a third and medium for the Packers. All right, Detroit uses their second timeout here, stopping the clock at 2:48. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Single receiver on that left side. Ball at the 40. Come on. He's got some time. Throws the ball, and he's got a wide open Christian Watson. Goes out of bounds. Christian should have stayed in bounds. Should have tapped the toes and just got straight down, man, forcing Detroit to basically use that final timeout. But that's huge, man. That's the first down that they needed. They need to get one more here. Ball at the 48. Run by Jacobs. He's got some room, and he gets it across the 50 down to the 49. Picks up 3 yards, and I think Detroit is going to use that final one. All right. It's getting down to the wire, baby. It's getting down to the wire. All right, Jordan under center, ball at the 49 of Detroit. Single back in the backfield, single receiver to the right. Jacobs taking it up the field, and he picks up about 4 yards, and that's going to be 3rd and 3. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning here in Detroit. All right, man. All right. Big 3rd down coming up here. When we come back, they're going to go to a commercial break. And I like the Packers relied more on the running game a little bit here, and they took advantage of a little bit of play action, got some big plays down the field, and most importantly, man, their offense kept scoring. They were taking advantage of what the defense was giving them, some great freaking field position, and taking advantage of the turnovers on downs, man. looks like we're coming back here from the commercial break. So I've questioned Matt LaFleur's, or many people have questioned Matt LaFleur's last couple late game decisions. What does he do here, man? What does he do here? All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. Putting it in the hands of Jordan Love. Finds, no! Broken up by Brian Branch. 1:55 on the clock here. Damn. It hit Watson right in the hands, man. There's no way the Packers go for it here. They're staying on the field. There we go. Right. So from the looks of it, the Packers, first off, they used the timeout, so that's their second. They are going to go for it here. They're up by 7. So the only way Detroit wins is if they score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion. Even then, who knows if there's going to be time. There might be a little bit of time left. But the Packers are saying we're going to end it here. All right, man. 4th and 3. They can't use another timeout. So 3 receivers spread out to the right. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Looking. Pressure. Catch! First down! It's a catch by Dontavian Wicks, and it's gonna be Green Bay's. Woo! Holy crap, man. Tight coverage, and Wicks just jumps up and gets it, losing a shoe in the process. Literally, Brian Branch was draped all over him and still comes down with the ball. That is a big ass catch. And I don't cuss often in the streams, but when you see a play like that, let's freaking go. Unfreaking believable. Dontavian Wicks, man, we'll look at his numbers at the end of this game. He may not have had a massive game like Jameson Williams in terms of, numbers, but 2 touchdown catches and some big 3rd down conversions for this offense. Packers taking knees, and it's going to be a victory formation. One more kneel down, and that's going to be it. The Packers are moving to 8-3-1, and the Detroit Lions are going to drop to 7-5. Let's freaking go, baby. That's how you end Thanksgiving. Sorry, that's how you start Thanksgiving. We'll get to the end of Thanksgiving. Woo! Sorry, man. I am so freaking excited. Let's go. Also, Jordan had pressure in his face. Literally had a guy, had a guy barreling down on him, and a heck of a throw, a hell of a catch. And that was also a great freaking play call, man. That was a gutsy play call by Matt LaFleur. That's one of those where if you don't get it, fans are going to be like, what are you doing? Why are you throwing it down the field? Why do you make that call? Listen, when it works, you look like a genius. When it doesn't, you look like an idiot. So, woo! Steve, that was a crazy absolutely, man. You got to give Wicks credit, man. That was strong hands. He had a guy literally draped all over him. Brian Branch, one of the best defensive backs in the NFL, man, and did not matter. What a freaking catch. Dahlia, woohoo! Where is the turducken? Right? A couple of years ago, they did not give Jordan his turducken. Someone tells me he's going to get one today. Seastrom, only 19% of people picked the Packers in a win in Grassi's Pick'em League, and I'm glad to be the one of them. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, man. I mean, you got to have faith in your team, man. You got to have faith. Yeah, to me, there was nothing to indicate that the Packers could not win this one. Like, the Packers are I would say, one of the handful of teams that matches up very, very well with Detroit. Like, one-on-one, defensively, offensively, everything, I'm not saying is in the favor of the Packers, but they do not have a weakness that Detroit can exploit. The Packers are great against the run. They're solid against the pass. Their offense doesn't cause a whole lot of doesn't turn the ball over a lot. They have a great quarterback, in my opinion, and they have a good enough running game where they can be effective in short yardage situations. So, I don't know. Yeah, 19%? Really? Holy freaking cow. Also, I gotta get a Pick'ems league going here. Gotta do that at some point. We'll do that next year. But yeah, Seastrom, appreciate you having faith in the Packers, my man. Let's go. All right, let's update the records here very quickly. Detroit 75 and the Packers, man, they are just right behind the Chicago Bears. And guess what, man? We got 2 games against Chicago coming up here. So let's freaking go. All right, man. The next game starts up in less than 10 minutes. It's going to be the Chiefs and the Cowboys. I got to get ready for that one. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. Thank you so much, man. Thank you to David. Thank you to Dahlia. Thank you to Seastrom. Thank you to Steve. Packer Nation, you were in here as well, my man. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for spending your Thanksgiving with me a little bit here. Hopefully we'll catch you guys throughout the next couple games. But if we don't, I want to say thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you, your family, your friends. I hope you're having some great food, having some great drinks, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the next couple games. So I'll see you guys, some of you guys in a bit, and we'll keep it going, baby. Let's freaking go. Go, Pack, go. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Go, Pack, go, baby.